on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.com. We are joined tonight by a special guest commentator. I've got my good friend, former coach, Jim Neaton is here with us.
Hey, it's great to be here with you, Shane, and we have probably the worst conditions we could imagine for a football game tonight. But what, 40-mile-an-hour winds going on out here?
Yes, sir, and you know what? I had my keys to the game, but I didn't just throw them out the window. They just flew into the soccer field. So here's my key to the game. You've got to adapt to the weather. You're not going to be able to throw the ball in this condition, so you got to run. What do you think about that, my friend?
Well, that was pretty clear cut, because if you throw a ball in this weather, it's going to probably take about a 60-degree turn in the air, and it's not going to end up anywhere near its target. So absolutely right. It's going to be in the box. It's going to be between the tackles tonight. It usually is, but especially tonight.
Heck yeah, so this should be a fun one, folks. And I'll tell you what, if you cannot tell, because we have a fantastic cameraman over here, my buddy Lance Grin, if the camera's not shaking and you can't hear this, this is terrible weather. And so we will see what happens. Defense usually wins when you're in games like this. So here we go, here's the opening kickoff. And he takes it. Yeah, at the 1 yard line, he's got a lane.
Oh, bottled up. Taken down about the, 20-yard line, 22-yard line.
Hey, not a bad job fielding that kickoff in these weather conditions. Wing, the Bulldogs all scrunched up. This weather is what this offense was built for. There's a handoff up the middle and nothing there.
I'm Zane Shipman, number 77. I play center and my nose. I've been playing football since my 4th grade year, Doug Walker.
They're going to just read, those backers are going to read tight.
Taking down now, couldn't have said any better myself. Basalt ready for this offense. Moffat County with a very short gain on first down. It brings up 2nd and 9. And here is the handoff, kind of a counter to the left side of the line. Once again, Basalt's defensive line is up to the task.
Yeah, not much push by the offensive line.
My name's Zoe Hammer and I manage for the football team. I've done this for 3
Got to bring
years.
up a big third down here.
And
Obviously
I've
the
run
first
two
one, but in
varsity
this game, field position is everything. And we'll stay right here as our Bulldogs are in that little sugar huddle. They're in an up-tempo, fast offense, and I don't know if you want to do that in this weather. Slow this down.
Exactly, because we're into the wind right now, and if we got a punt on this series, on this first series.
Oh, he fakes the pitch, and he hands right up the middle again. And again, the Basalt defensive line showing they are ready for the task at hand.
And here's a big
Only took a minute and a half off the clock. Hurrying up, slow this down.
Yes.
Here's the snap,
Good
it's
snap.
a good one.
Oh,
It's a fake. And he's
He's
going.
got it! Yeah!
What a great play. And it was a design. It was not one of those where it was a bad snap. He took it, either made the decision himself or it was definitely called. I know that's both sides of the coin, but he may have the decision.
My name is Braden Barnes. I'm number 65. I play quick tackle and I've led her 3 years of football.
That was a gutsy call, gutsy play, because if it doesn't work, Basalt's inside our 40-yard line.
Yes.
But it worked, and so it's a great call.
Yeah, ask the Denver Broncos and Vance Joseph at Buffalo a few weeks ago what it's like when that doesn't work. Here we go, handoff up the middle again. Right. And the Bulldogs just continuing. I'm okay with that. You have to establish that you're going to run, even if it's a yard or nothing, because it makes them respect that center and start giving the ability to go outside.
Hi, my name is Colby Beckett. I'm number 71. I've played football since my 5th grade year. I am a captain, and I play tackle and defensive end.
Stand to wear him out.
And that was Alex, our tailback, who had that great run. Oh, and there's a first flags of the game. So we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
Go.
Here we go now, second down.
Staying in that 5-3, which is a good call on our double tight.
Here they go, pitch to the left side, to the short side of the field. That's always questionable when you're going to that side of the field where you only have about 8 yards to the side. But sometimes you can catch the defense unaware, but now it's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
That D-end established the side there.
Hi, my name is Mackenzie Klimper. I'm number 88. I am a captain. I've been playing football since 3rd grade,
I love to be able to say, though,
and I play middle linebacker and wide receiver.
I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but you can say it's a success.
Yes.
Because they've shifted the field position now, regardless of what happens here. And that one play all of a sudden made the visitors think, oh, wait a minute, maybe they do have something for us tonight.
One first down was key there.
Okay, here's the handoff again. And they are just eating up our line right now. And our line has been great this year, but they tonight are going to have to go to the sideline, regroup, and come out, and they're going to have to fire off this line as we're going to have to punt here on 4th down.
Yeah, the D line right in Basalt is shedding blocks right now. They're blowing by. They're getting off the ball quick. So our boys have got to maybe step up their attack a little bit. They will.
Here we go. See if we can get this snap. And now, obviously, they're going to be very aware of a possible fake here. Almost blocked. It might have been blocked by our own man's back there as they pushed our lineman backwards. I think it was a block where you just shove him back.
Yeah.
You hate to be that lineman. And so, hey, it's going to be 1st down for Basalt here when we come back on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. All right, here we go, my friend. We have got the first possession of the game for Basalt.
Pro formation here.
And there's the handoff.
Fullback. Sorry.
No, you're good, my man. We're here together. And on 1st down, a relatively positive gain. Now, Basalt comes into this game with only 1 loss on the season, and it was the very first game of the season to a very stout Rifle Bears team, and they jump right into the incredibly fast hurry-up offense. They've already snapped the ball. Here's the handoff up the right side, a big hole.
Got a little counter there. They faked with their fullback to the left, countered back to their halfback, came back right, and they picked up the 1st down.
And I don't know if we've seen an offense, a true up-tempo hurry-up offense where they're getting the call from the sideline. We ran this years ago, and here it is, the snap already.
There it is, same play.
And just shredding us right now. And we've got Klimper. He's the man that's going to mirror their tailback. He's able to make the tackle, but when lanes are opening up that big, so far the line of scrimmage has been owned tonight by Basalt.
Yep. Number 4, Noah Williams, has been through the line before he's been hit.
Yes, just huge gaping holes. That time we stout up a little bit, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down now, and we'll call it 7. But oh, look at that, it's already down, make it 5. They are just gashing us. Now they come with a single receiver left, single receiver right, and you don't know what they're going to do right now because they're able to have success on everything they've done.
So there it is. Same. There he goes. He's breaking free. He's out about the 7. So far, Basalt has run 2 plays. They've run to their fullback, the quick hitter, and then they fake to the fullback and come to the opposite side with number 4. So they've run 2 plays.
My name is Spencer Brown. I'm number 80, cornerback. I've been playing football since 3rd grade.
As for the first time, you had us come up inside with a blitz, and as every great running back will do, he reads it, cuts it outside, and now they can smell the end zone right now, and I'm sure it smells like pizza.
And it looks like we're bringing our middle backer is going to hit. Oh, he's read. Took the wrong read, but there he goes.
Yeah, and he's in very easily, so as you said, Jim, they sit.
Hi, my name is Alex Tavares. I'm number 2. My positions are running back and defensive back. And I've been playing football since I was in 3rd grade.
Because he's kicking with the wind, and I would say we're at a solid 40 miles an hour, the way it feels to me.
Oh my goodness, yes, I have never felt wind like this up here. So here is going to be the snap, early touchdown. Oh, it's a bad snap, he fakes it, and it just looks discombobulated there. I don't know if it was called, but he kind of shook.
Yeah.
And so, hey, it takes away a little bit of their momentum.
Yeah.
And it's 6-0 now, and we have 6:54 left here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Myself, Shane Hadley, with our cameraman, Lance Scranton, and we have our special color commentator, Jim.
That's going into the end zone. That's out of the end zone. There we
go.
go.
What a nice one. So, Jim, you were used to be my favorite librarian.
Marcus Delgado, number 85. I play linebacker and fullback, and I've been playing for 8 years.
I always figured you were that guy. But now what are you doing up there at the high school?
I take that as a compliment, a librarian. Teaching social studies, teaching AP world history, loving it. You know, a little Greek, Roman Empire. Good fun, lots of disease, death, and war.
Heck yeah.
And like we got a war out here, the Dogs got a chance, even though they're down 6-0.
Let's see, now look, we come on spread offense, which I love.
Yes.
4 wide receivers. We're going to put 1 man in motion, that's Bassetti. And it all falls apart, ball's on the ground, and just like that, we have turned it over, and things are not looking too great right now.
But even though we fumbled there, I like that formation, because what I saw briefly before we snapped the ball, I saw more opening on the O-line.
I'm Torrin Hume, I'm number 50. I play right guard and defensive tackle. I've been playing for 10 years.
It's not stacked so Tight in the middle.
Absolutely, and look at this. Basalt is out there quicker than you can even imagine.
And they're their same. They got their doubles up top. If number 4's got the ball.
Right out the left side again. Nobody even close to touch him.
Yeah.
And he's going to be very close to a touchdown. They're going to mark him out at the 4. And somebody is going to have to step up and make a play because this game is going downhill quick.
Right now, our linebackers have got to read 4.
I'm Dominic Cassetti. I've been playing for 10 years. I play running back and defensive end.
Earlier, because right now we got to play it. We got to swarm to the ball because 4 is not getting hit before he gets through the line.
So we have one quick second here. Oh, there is going to be a penalty. So sometimes your best friend is going to be the official or the laundry on the field. And that right there, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. So a little bit of luck to help us out now. It makes it a tougher play call. But if we don't step up into those running lanes right now, it won't matter how far they need to get.
I'm watching our linebackers right now to watch their reads, see how they're picking it up.
Pitch to the outside now. He's got a blocker in front of him.
Nice, Phil. Nice, Phil, right there. I didn't get the number on that. I can see.
Yeah, great job by Klimper. I can always tell he's got the wrong color helmet. There's 4 of our players that don't know how that happens, but it makes it easier to tell who they are.
But Mickey, you caught him. He came up. He was aggressive. He was downhill. We strung him out, and we came up hard and made a nice tackle, about 2-yard gain. So that, for Basalt, that was a good play for our defense. Got to string about 4 of those together.
Okay, so here we go, 2nd and long. Huge tackle there by Klimper just to make our defense believe they can do it. Here's the handoff off the left side again, and there was a pretty big hole again, but when you need as many yards as they did, that's okay.
Yeah, that was better. That's the same play they've been running off the tailback, number 4. They gained off it, but it wasn't as much as previous. So maybe we're starting to make that read and start to close it down a little bit for us, Shane.
Well, I always think of you when I use this term. In other games when Moffat County's had success doing plays, I say, hey, follow the Lombardi rule, which is if a play works, keep running it until they stop it. And you see right now, Basalt's following the Lombardi rule. Until we stop that, they're going to keep running it.
Yeah, I imagine right here we're going to see full back to one way and then go the opposite. Oh, there's a little pitch.
Hey, how about that razzle-dazzle? And oh my goodness, he makes 3 men miss, and he's going to get a first down. Man, we had people there to do the job, but you had the receiver or the running back coming in motion to the left, and then they pitch it to the right. Nice play design. Oh, and we have an injury, Jim. We'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
All right.
So, hey, that was Klimper injured on the play, Mr. Neaton, and that, obviously, any player is a huge loss, but Klimper is our stud middle linebacker, makes all the play calls. There's a handoff right up the gut, and look at that wave of humanity pushing them forward, but our line stands up to it, makes a nice stop.
Yeah, that was they got a good push, but we kind of held up. They got 3 or 4 valuable yards, though. We're on a 2nd and 1, or 2nd and
timeout
2nd and 3. Timeout.
Okay, my friend, we had a timeout there, and so it's a little longer than it looked. It's 2nd down. We'll call from the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal, and we'd be surprised if they don't just come out and go buck left or buck right. Quarterback sneak, trying to get up the middle, but he does get held out. So a good job by our front defensive lineman.
Good, yes, exactly. D-line got they got low that time, I think, Shane. They got low, and Basalt's O-line wasn't able to get much push. And now we're on a key 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge early in this game as we gave up a quick early touchdown, and then we turned it over on our own 15.
Yes.
And now 3rd down and goal with 2 wide receivers to the right. And here's the handoff to the left side of the line, and he is in.
Yeah. Back to number 4. Could have called that one from a mile away.
Yeah.
And,
just too easy right now, and you're going to have to make some changes if you're Moffat County, or this could get out of hand in a hurry.
Yep. We'll see if they can see if they go for 2 to try and make the 14 to make it an even 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay, so we're back, and generally teams have that card that'll tell them when you should always go or not go for 2.
They're going for 2.
This is one of those situations to make it 14, as you said. And look at that convoy of blockers as he walks.
Yes.
Could have moonwalked backwards into the end zone. And makes it 14-0 with 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. We'll be right back.
I enjoyed that cultural reference. Here we are, 14-0 Basalt. 4:13 left in the first quarter.
My fondest memory of football is probably the two-a-days, every 2 days every year. My greatest accomplishment in football is being first team all-conference last year as a junior. Went from right tackle, left tackle, to guard, to center, and I'm pretty proud of it. Advice I would give to future players is keep working at it. No matter if the coach yells at you, you keep working at it, you will play, no matter what. I'd like to thank my friends and family for all the support they have given me when coming to my games, and for all the future support they will give me.
Our favorite offense is what I talked about earlier. We used to run the pistol spread offense for a couple years. So many things you can do with it. It helps you to have the ability to come back. So I'll stay right here in the play-by-play. Obviously, first down.
Pulls Basalt into a 4-man front there, and so it gives us more space. There it is, right there.
Right up the middle. Great job.
There we go, Teeter.
And Teeter, hoorah!
Yeah.
Right up the middle. And if we talk about this so often, my friend, when you spread them out, it's a lot easier to gut them right up the middle because you have to go numbers to numbers.
Yes.
So you have to put 2 guys here, 2 guys there. All of a sudden, instead of 8, 9-man box, you've only got 6 at the most up there, and that's where great things happen. First huge play of the night, and boy, did we need it.
And we're back into our double tight, and they're back into their 5-man front.
Here's the handoff outside, and there's some room, but it just wasn't quick enough to get there. And I really think the quick hitters are where it's at tonight. You're not going to have any time to let something develop.
Yeah, we saw that. We just saw it on Teeter's nice run. We had to get us going, which we needed. Put us back out in that spread formation and tackles, which are hard to make.
Back to that double wing offense now, all bunched up in there. As you said, Basalt's got everybody in the box. Here's Bassetti on a pitch, and he's our bulldozer. He is not our pitch guy. You want to get him rolling with those razor blades on a bowling ball straight at the line, not outside, and a big loss there as we try to get outside of him. It's going to bring up 3rd and long. Be everything here, and right now 3rd down and 12. Here we go. We're at the 50-yard line. Biggest play of the night for the Bulldogs to keep this thing getting out of hand. He's going to throw the ball. Oh, it's a shovel pass. And it looked like it had some room to go somewhere as it went to Scranton, but they closed so quickly. What a great job by number 1 for Basalt, and it ends up just a 2-yard gain. And now 4th and 10, you're on their 49. What do you think here?
And we're going into the wind. I say, I mean, at this point, what are you going to get out of a punt? Maybe 10 yards.
Yeah.
So you might, I think, in my opinion, I would go for it.
My fondest memory of managing football would be winning our senior homecoming game. If I were to give advice to future managers, it would be it's hard work, but it's worth it. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me through these last 3 years, and then the boys for putting up with me and always having fun during practices and games.
Took too long to develop, and Basalt was waiting, and they saw it.
So hey, we were just talking about, we sure hope to see that spread offense come back and not be down by 3 scores when we do. Here's the fake rollout bootleg, and he's going to chuck it deep, wide open. Nobody even near him. And now he runs into his own man, and he's going to be tackled at about the 1-yard line. And I'll tell you what, that quarterback, we talked about ball fakes and ball handling. How fantastic was that? He fakes the handoff. He holds the ball on his hip the way great quarterbacks are taught, and then he chucks it on the money downfield. And in one play, they're just yards away from a touchdown.
And I saw that. You're exactly right. That fake was beautiful, and I thought he might tuck it back up and run it, but he stopped, pulled up, and we took the fake, and Basalt got a guy about 10 yards behind our corners.
Well, his options were wide open there. Let's say this. He could have ran for 20 or passed for 30.
Yeah. There we go, back to the same old.
Yeah, and once again, the left side of the line just collapses. And just like that, with 1:25 left in the first quarter, your Bulldogs are now down 20-0, and we'll wait and see if they decide to go for 1 here. And the wind does start to let up a little bit.
Because that seems to that was our one glimmer of hope of offensive boost. So let's hope we see it in the next series.
So they're going to kick their extra point here. First opportunity to truly see without the wind what kind of a leg they've got. And there's a beautiful kick. It splits the uprights.
And it does. It goes over the fence, I believe. No.
Yes.
It did. No, it didn't.
I thought it was going to be one of those Mako commercials. So we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
We go. It's 21-0 with 1:24 in the first quarter. The Bulldogs have got. Hopefully, we can get into the end zone with the wind.
Yeah, no return there, and we're just trying to. I don't even know if you can say survive the first quarter, because at 21-0, I don't know if you have. But we definitely need to see that spread offense come back out here.
Well, and you referenced it when they made their PAT there with no wind. I think no wind you meant by it was maybe down to about 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that felt like a reprieve. And it has died a little bit. But it's still not, there's not much able to throw. Basalt took advantage of the one time they're with the wind and they made one completion.
And that's why we reference taking your time. If you'd have run all your plays at the end of the clock, you'd have had the ball going the other direction now, but you're still into the wind. And there we try to run our big back off the right side, and he just gets eaten up, and just no room to run.
We got to get a push.
At 21-0, 45 seconds
Basalt
left
has moved into a 44, so it's a little bit different. They're in that double tight, but they moved out. But
my fondest memory of playing football is just all the years making all these great friends that I'll always have for the rest of my life. The greatest accomplishment of the sport, it's made me grow up more, so that I'm just going to be a better adult when I grow up. I would give future players the advice of just always working hard, and even though practices and games can be tough, just never give up. I would like to thank my parents and all my family and friends for always supporting me. They're always at all the games, and it really motivates me to keep playing, so I'm glad I did.
Hey, we will. So we allowed, thank goodness, we allowed it to go to the end of the quarter, and we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. 8. My main man Jim says they're in a 5-man front. Now here comes the blitzing linebacker, times it perfectly, but he's offside. So I take it back. It wasn't perfect timing, but he almost had the exact timing with it. Good job on our quarterback, Beaver, going ahead and changing that cadence just enough to get the offside call, which now bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it just 3.
Yep, that helps us a lot. 3rd and about, looks like
5, I guess. Yeah,
3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, maybe a long 4. Here comes that backer again. We're in motion. Pass. Oh,
and nobody even looking for the pass there, and boy, you've got to call a spade there. That doesn't look good. You've got a running back coming out of the backfield that passes to him and hits him in the head, and he never even has a clue it's coming.
That was I think that swing pass had, even though that backer from Basalt was coming up, he could have gathered that up. He may have been able to dump him and get the 1st down.
Yeah,
but
you know.
You're right, Coach. He's got to look.
Yeah, I mean, the only way that works is like the water boy, if it sticks in his helmet there. Here we're trying to punt, and he has to not punt again because he just couldn't get off. There was total seepage, and everything that could go wrong right now is, as the Bulldogs are just falling apart here in the wind. And we'll be right back on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. So, hey, we're literally gone for like 20 seconds, and they are up on the line. You can score a lot of points in this manner. And whoa, mercifully, our coach takes a timeout. Well, here we go. Contract year talks aside, 11:47 left. Boy, just barely underway in this 2nd period. And
got their doubles up on the left side, same play. Going to number 4. Nice stop there.
Yeah, great job. Our defensive line finally steps up and makes a play. Don't know who's on the bottom of that pile, but I think Hume was there. So the first really good job that our line has done here, standing up to that big offensive line.
That was
Here we go.
Good.
2nd down, down 11, so a 1-yard loss. Our defense scores there. But look now, 2 wide receivers, and you've got a fullback, tailback set. So many options. He carries it on his hip, he boots to the left, wide open man down there. And right now they can pretty much do anything they want, even in the wind, as the receiver was wide open, and another 1st down. You can rewind and look at those things. Look, when you have a good quarterback coach working with your player, he can hold that ball on his hip.
Yeah.
And it's the greatest way to hide that ball, and that's how you do it, and players don't know you have the ball. And here again, handoff right up the middle. And what do you have for position there, my friend? Where are they?
They're on about the 2-yard line, 1.5, 2-yard line, 2nd down. So I expect to see number 4 get the play on that dive right, give it to the tailback to the left. That's what I'm expecting.
As bad as it sounds right now, as we talked earlier, really they can do just about anything they want to right now because they've had such huge running lanes, and their quarterback is doing such a fantastic job with his ball fakes, and disguising what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, are they going to do the quarterback sneak here? Here we go. Finding out as we come up, everybody jumps off sides.
Oh, you missed my great comment.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, we'll get good comments, my friend. Don't worry. Here we go. Here's the snap, and they don't have far to go. Quarterback sneak right up the middle.
Oh.
And there's the easy touchdown again. As we came off of it, we were all offsides. That time, smart coaching. If they're just offsides and you went on two, come up and go on the first sound. That's what they did. And we're going to see another kick opportunity for an extra point. And we're just trying to stay warm and be upbeat here, but things not looking good. There's another beautiful kick. And right now, the coaching staff on the Bulldogs side, I would sure hope they'd put their heads together and try to figure something out.
We are reeling, no doubt. It's 28-0, Shane. Oh, Shane. The Bulldogs do have to. This is a moment of soul searching if they're going to find their way back into the game.
Yeah, you know,
they cannot give up another touchdown in this half.
Yeah, you get to the.
My fondest memory of playing football at Moffat County High School was definitely our senior homecoming game. It was definitely a bittersweet moment. My greatest accomplishment happened last year when I received Western Slope League All-Conference. I would give future players advice to stick with it, and it's going to be tough, but you play for your brothers and you play for those Friday night lights. I'd like to thank my parents and my sister for always showing up to my games and always supporting me. And I'd like to thank my coaches and my teammates for always being there and always making me better.
Here we go, Shane. So like we said, the Dogs have got to find an answer. Maybe with the wind we can throw a ball here or two and loosen up some of that swarming D from Basalt.
Well, the longest journey starts with a single step, and that one almost went the other direction. Hey, there's a late flag here. Maybe we can get something to go our way. Let's see what the call is.
Colby Beaver, he made that pitch fake, and by the time he turned around to look for his receiver, he had a man in his face.
Yeah.
So he didn't have much time to look. Kind of a desperate pass. Luckily, it did not turn into an interception. But Colby didn't have much of a chance on that one.
Oh my goodness, an ineligible man downfield. It proves that even in the coldest of weather, and with the score looking pretty bad.
My fondest memory of playing football what happened last year at the Aspen game when I ran back a kickoff return for a touchdown and was able to look up at my coach and know that I just won a gallon of applesauce. My greatest achievement in football would be earning All-State Honorable Mention last year and All-Conference. Advice I'd give to future players would be just to stick with it. It's going to be tough at times, but it's always worth it in the end. I'd like to thank my parents for always being in all my games and my brother for giving me that call after every game to give me the advice and tips that I need.
Tailback out of the way just to have an opportunity to try to throw it. And right now you have to start thinking about, hey, I don't want to get my guy murdered out here. You just got to start taking care of him until things work out. And they are owning our field right now.
Well, the problem is, Shane, like you said, I mean, we're trying to throw the ball, but we hadn't established the run. So they're teeing off on Colby right now. They don't have to respect the run because we haven't blown them off yet. So
well, and we know, I mean, those where you fake here, fake there, 7-step drop. No,
yeah.
You got to go fade, 2- and 3-step drop right there. Quick, get it out of your hands.
There we go.
Receiver, Scranton gets leveled, but he jumps right back up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, that is the way this night has been, but that's one of the toughest young men you'll ever see as he's right back on his feet.
There's a little heart from number 17. Hope that transfers to the rest of the team. We get a little bit of mojo going here.
Yeah, the crowd not happy with that. They felt it was helmet to helmet and targeting there. You can hear them, and I'm sure that has to go with the score too. We'll be right back from MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Long for the Bulldogs here on just a really bad night so far. Nothing going our way. Trying to just not get into the mercy rule before halftime. And there we go, Navarro goes in motion, and again, not 1 second to throw the ball as our line not having a good night.
I think that
my fondest memory of football is senior year homecoming game. My greatest accomplishment is 2 interceptions this year. My advice to future players is stick with it till the end, no matter how rough it is. I'd like to thank some of the best friends that show me support and my parents and coaches.
My son talks to me about like man football. He says, Dad, what's PA pass? PA pass, play action pass. That's when you've had any success running the football,
right,
and you run play action. It means the linebackers and corners have to respect the thought you might gain some yards. If you haven't had any success running, it's asinine to run play action because they don't care.
Yeah, they don't have to respect the run because it hasn't been there. Nice high punt. He lets it drop. So I don't know if he touched it or not. I think Basalt thought he did because he went after it hit the ground. Sorry, Shane. All right, Shane, we are, Basalt is in the twins to the left, to our left, and a single man up top with their I formation motion. Oh, they come back against the motion, cutting up. Solid 5 or 6. That was a new play out of him. I haven't seen that one tonight.
You know, I'm looking here now. That was a good job by our defenders getting in there to make the tackle. And I see that we have not had Klimper come back into the game either. And yeah, he's on the sideline now with his helmet off. And man, we've got number 85 in for him now, which is Delgado. And there's a hard run by Basalt for, we'll call it 3 yards, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Good tackle by Pacetti. They gave him the first down, Coach.
First down, so my eyes aren't what they used to be.
It was a good read by Pacetti there to come up and make that hit, but just as a little bit more for the first down. Got the first down.
Oh, here we go. This all comes out in their spread offense. Nice fake again. Look at when he carries that on his hip. He fakes this out, and he's going to get a decent run there. In fact, he's going to get 8 yards. And again, the way he's able to be a magician with that.
Fondest memory in football would have to be when we beat Coleridge our senior homecoming game. My greatest accomplishment in football is stepping on that field every Friday night. My advice I give to future players is don't give up no matter how hard it gets. Practices can be rough, coaches can say stuff, players can say stuff, but don't give up because you know what you want to do. I'd like to thank my mom and my brother for always being at my games and supporting me and always giving me the motivation to just keep going forward.
Run right up the middle. They fake left and they run right. And it looks like they're not going to catch the possible face mask there, which who knows? I trust their view better on the field. Looked like it was possibly a face mask, but finally get a little bit of a break. But it's still going to be a first down. And now Basalt just slowly now chunk yardage, moving the ball down the field here. And gosh, you just hope your Bulldogs, what a great group of young players. Our seniors are a fantastic group, and then we've got a great group of young players, military families, fantastic people. And you just hope that they can reach down and find something here. Make a play. Give yourself a positive play. There's the fake, and he's got on his hip again, wide open.
Oh, he had a kid downfield that was wide open.
Yes, thank goodness he didn't check deep.
Number 3 is holding his hands up in the air because he wanted the ball. But good, incomplete pass. The Bulldogs have now got a 2nd and 10. So maybe we can string together a couple stops here and get the ball back.
Okay, here we go. 2nd down and 10, and it's going to be a false start. So we'll take it any way we can get it.
For that 5-yard penalty, Shane, the Basalt is at a 2nd and 15. QB steps back. I don't know if this is an audible or if he's just checking out what he wants to look for now.
See, look at that again. Ball on the hip, and he pulls it down, and he's just going to lightly drop it incomplete. Nothing there that time. The Bulldogs did a great job that time.
Fondest memory is always being in the locker room before a game, getting hyped up with all my team. Greatest accomplishment is always getting out on the field and going 100% every game. The advice that I give to future players is don't quit, always keep playing even if you want to quit, because in the end you're going to miss it. To thank my dad and my grandpa for always being there, and all the rest of my family and all my friends that supported me through all my years of playing football.
As a linebacker or a safety or a corner, so then when they pull it out and throw it, you've had to try to stop the run, and here it is again.
Oh, reverse.
Outside.
Oh, nice job by the Bulldogs.
Spencer Brown with a nice tackle out there for a loss.
We thought we saw the bootleg again coming, didn't we? And
yes.
And he gave it to his receiver coming back underneath, and the Dogs sniffed it out. And they made a nice stop. So we're at a 4th and 15.
So the first punt for Basalt, I believe.
Yep.
And you get the feeling Basalt reaching deep into the bag of Madden trick plays there, when maybe if they just stick with what was working, they could pound it outfield. But sure glad we held them. And it's 4th and long, and an opportunity for the Bulldogs to try to get a score in this game. And I think that's Scranton back there to return. Yeah, we've got Scranton, and he's a great returner, but it's not going to get there as he yells them off. And we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Looking to try to claw their way back into this game before halftime. It's stuck at 28-0 now for about 8 minutes. And here's the fake, here's the boot. He's got an open receiver, puts it on the money to number 22. Oh, and does he make the catch?
Yes, they're marking a catch.
Great job there. Nice pass. You had the naked boot going against his body motion, going left, throwing right. But he puts a nice ball out there, and it's a first down. And we'll be right back here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM.
Beaver on that last one threw a nice tight ball in the real tight spot there.
Yeah,
we're still in our double tight.
Connor Etzler made a great play on that last one, and we've got to move this ball. Here we go again. Bootleg, fake, and he puts on money again. So back-to-back plays to Connor Etzler. And finally, as we talked about, when they think you're going to run it, and they did right there. They're starting to believe that we're going to run that play. Now, this already come back. I might go ahead and run that.
Yes.
Same motion, same play, but you give it to the tailback, but still have your quarterback do that naked boot.
Bulldogs showing some life. We had a nice stop on D the last series, got a punt, and now we've put together a couple first downs, Shane. If we can get a touchdown here, that'll give us some life in the second half.
The fake run up the middle. He's got an open tailback out there.
Yeah.
And look at that. The first time they've been able to, I believe that's Alex Navarez out there. I'll see if it's number 2.
My fondest memory of football is winning my senior homecoming, obviously. We had a good team, and we played like a team. I was so proud. My biggest accomplishment in football would have to be my touchdown this year. Blocked a punt in for a touchdown, and it was pretty sweet. My advice for future players is don't give up. I know coaches are hard, other players are hard, but you'll stick with it, you'll love it. It's so fun just to go down on the field those Friday nights and play. I'd like to thank my parents for following me to all around the state, watching my games. They never missed one of my games, and I really appreciate that, and all my coaches helping me through all the years to get to where I am now.
Well, and can you say this, as sad and worried as we were earlier in this game, right now you have an opportunity to give yourself a chance to be back in it. Here's another pass. Over the middle. And again, he gets it to Alex Navarez, who makes a nice play. And our quarterback right now, Beaver, making some nice passes. A couple of them have had to be off of his back of his feet because he's got pressure, but he's putting it on the money. And this is the biggest drive of the Bulldogs season because we talked about it. I don't think there's any chance of a league title or any state playoffs if you don't win this game. And then you have to win next week too. But right now you just want to get a touchdown.
Now we got a motion. Colby's got a lot of heat on him, and he throws that out for dear life.
Yeah, and they tried running that play earlier this year in Delta where they send everybody one direction.
My fondest memory is homecoming night. It was a very emotional game, and just enjoyed every moment of it. My greatest accomplishment is getting all conference last year. Advice I would give to future players is that never give up. It only gets harder after these years. Enjoy these years as you can. I would like to thank my parents, family, friends, and coaches for always supporting me during these hard times.
5-3, we got a motion.
Got him open out there.
Got an open man. Now make a miss. Make a miss.
So, you know, running out of that offense there with a double wing, what happens is it takes a lot longer for receivers to get into their routes. And if he's just lined up out there, Teeter, he's going to run open in that same motion, but gets the ball to him, he's not able to hold on to it. And now it's going to be 3rd and 10. And with as great as this drive was going, now you've got 2 plays to get 10 yards. You've got 3:42 left on the clock before half. And you've managed to stem the tide a little bit.
Yes, and
you have to score.
This is a key 3rd and 10. We had a nice little mix of run and pass here, but we're now definitely in a passing down. I look for him to find, try and look for 17 for Scranton. We'll see what happens. There's Scranton. There he is. He's looking for Scranton. Yeah!
Oh, he had him.
Dang it.
And hey, we turn into fans. We're the homers here, man. And I'll tell you what. The cameraman's son right there comes open, and that ball, if it's just a little bit less on it, but every bit of energy right there and attitude, they gave it everything they had, heart and effort, just not quite there. But again, we see there now, they're taking that second to fake that play action. It's hurting them right now. You gotta just drop back if you're gonna throw it. Don't take that time because the pressure there, if he doesn't take that split second for that play action, because they're not respecting it, maybe he has that split second longer to put that on the money. It's 4th and 10 now. This is it.
Here comes their middle backer. Colby's gotten out. A little rough.
I just throw it up, and he
get it
gets
up.
dragged down by his jersey, and they extinguish that drive quickly. And my goodness, so close. And the referees, I don't know why you would say something to the player and point at him, but throw the flag, right?
Yeah, hey, kind of a fizzled drive, but there was some good stuff there. But gosh darn it, I wish we would have seen a touchdown on that drive. Put us in at 28-7 right before the half. Here we go, Shane. 3:27 left in the second half. Now the Bulldogs have got to pull together, make a stop.
Ball on the ground!
Ah,
the first
darn it.
mistake we've seen them make all night. And look, now he puts his head down and still is able to gain 4 or 5 yards, and that's just an attitude run right there.
Yep.
We always told our quarterbacks that if something goes wrong, be an athlete, and he turns into an athlete, puts his head down, and turns a negative into a positive.
Yeah, he just made a play there. We could have used that one. If that ball would have bounced around a little bit, we could have got it, but it made a fortunate bounce for the QB. Came right back up into his hands.
Yeah, sometimes it's just lady luck, you know?
Yeah. And Basalt's getting lady luck tonight.
Yes. And run right up the middle with their big, huge fullback. And it seems as though Basalt right now, with this weather and the wind, and with 2:42 left before halftime, they seem to be happy just to slowly move this ball down the field here. Defensively, you have to think we've got to get to halftime with this being the worst scenario, 28-0. You cannot give anything else up. And that clock continues to run. And as a player now, you've got to think. You got to go in that locker room, you're going to warm up, and you've got to come back out in this nastiness of weather.
Yep.
Oof.
Here we go. They got their doubles up on the top. Back to their tailback. Good play by 77. Had him in the backfield. We needed a little more swarm.
Yeah, you see that the old rule we talked about, the first guy holds him up,
yep.
And the next 1, 2, or 3, heck, 4 come and hit him, knock him down.
It was 77.
77 with the great play for the Bulldogs there, and that's Zane Shipman.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love that young man, and it's awesome to see him making a great play.
He was in the backfield nice there. Could have used about another 5 or 6 guys down there, maybe strip, hold them up. If you get a turnover here, Shane, would be nice.
Yeah, the defense is starting to bow their neck a little bit. They're making some plays. Here's the pass, and it's almost intercepted, but that's what happens. That's the difference between a big play. Oh, and now he's going to go. He makes everybody miss, and that's the story of our night. You're inches from an interception, and instead it's caught. He makes people miss, and he goes the other direction. It could have been an interception going our way, but instead it's a touchdown, and now it's 34-0, and that is just a backbreaker, heartbreaking of a play.
And our corner, he made a good break on that ball, and I laud him for taking the risk because we needed to at that point, and it just didn't pan out.
We'll see here. They're going to go for the 1 here, try to get to that 35, and man, oh man, we just talked about it, and no sugarcoating it here as we get closer to Halloween.
Yeah.
That's no sugar there. That is a back-breaking play. As we had played really good defense.
No sugar tonight.
No sugar tonight. Candy was
song. Can't remember that.
34-0, 35-0. The weather has taken an even worse turn for the worse, if you can even say that way. Now there's rain, and it's freezing, and there's wind, and the score is 35-0. And now we talked about it earlier, Jim, my friend. This is where you've got to reach deep, find that intestinal fortitude, and show the pride for the name on the nameplate on the back of your jersey. And although we don't have the names on our jersey, you still always play for the name, which would be there.
It is a tough moment in a game like this, but you have to realize that this is you are playing for the love of the game, and you make plays. Every play is a chance to do something positive in the game, even if the score isn't in your favor, and we call that taking pride.
Yes,
and
sir.
That's what we want to see happen.
Single set, single wide receiver left and right. He's going to throw a pass, and it was right on number 9 from Basalt. He's going to go pick 6 there, and he just did a perfect job there of dropping into the zone coverage, and the quarterback doesn't see him. It looked as though the receiver was wide open, but he wasn't, as you had he's literally a linebacker right there, dropping into that zone, and he was there.
He was back in his flats, and he was in the right spot, and that's why he got his hands on the ball.
So 2nd down and 10. Bulldogs looking to pass every time, and kind of throws it in the vicinity of Scranton, but there was 3 defenders there, and now you really almost with a minute 5, you don't want to give it back to them here. Just run the ball and survive, get it to halftime without the mercy rule.
Yes, I think I agree with you. Get back in, get warmed up, talk about what you want to improve, and make some goals for the second half.
Win a quarter.
Win a quarter. So you can score 2 touchdowns in the 3rd, and then you go from there.
There we go. See if they're going to fake a handoff again and pass, and they do. Has a little bit of time, but he gets drilled again. 4 men back there, 3, and they put him down hard and stopped that clock, and so we're going to give it back to them there.
Yeah.
When you could have just ran that clock down and just survived and come back out for halftime.
And
there we go, a tough play here. The Bulldogs have forced themselves to have to punt. Oh,
he
just
fake
take
again.
off and run with
Is he gonna make it? No, he did not.
And I'm telling you, I don't know that that's the call there, but he just knew that he wasn't going to have much time to punt, and now you give them the ball.
Oh, got a Bulldog down. I can't see the numbers, Shane.
Okay, we'll be right back then here. Hopefully that young man's okay. And thank goodness Alex Navarro was able to lead the field under his own power. Hope the best for that young man. And now there's a flag.
Oh, come on.
37 seconds left here, as Basalt has taken the possession at the 50-yard line, and they're going to pitch it to the outside, and not many guys out there. Makes one man miss as he falls down, and now this is turning into a cold, wet mess out here on the field.
Shane, it is officially miserable.
Yes, and we were so glad. I'd like to send out a thank you to Kip Hafey for planning tonight to bring you up here on this night of all nights. It's awesome.
I love making my debut in a 40-mile-an-hour wind on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM. Here comes number 4,
right.
Noah Williams again.
And a tackle there. That's by number 71. So still showing the pride out there. And someone's going to stop the clock.
What the heck?
Wow, Basalt calls the timeout. They better put it up. Holy cow, this is one of the worst weather experiences we've ever had. Basalt takes the timeout so that they can fake it and now run the outside
He's got
sweep.
something there, Coach. He's got it there.
One man to beat.
He's got it there if he can get around. Oh, dang it!
And he's out of bounds with 2 seconds. Oh, you wish the home clock operator would have just let it run.
Yes. Bolt.
Well, here we go. Here's the snap, and he's going to throw it to the end zone. And he's got a receiver wide open. He drops it, and we're at 0-0. And folks, we'll be back after the halftime with the score 35-0 here in this sideways, sleet, freezing, cold weather game.
Okay, here we go, Shane, with the second half kickoff. The Bulldogs are kicking off to Basalt. Nice catch, nice play on a slippery ball. There we go. Here we go.
This might be the
open.
one good tackle there.
All right, a solid return by Basalt.
47 with the tackle for the Bulldogs. That's one of our youngsters making a play.
Here we go. Basalt in their doubles to the bottom half of the field here, giving it off to their fullback. No, number 4, excuse me, their tailback. Good stop by the Bulldogs, Shane. Well, at this end of the second half there, Shane. Basalt, first half, excuse me, Basalt's called a timeout trying to get to the 42, and they're going to make a real bid for it here.
Yeah, you know, at this point, the weather, let's talk about the whole entire big picture here. For the Bulldogs, it's the hardest thing you'll maybe ever do as a young man, high school age, is come back out onto this ridiculously cold, freezing field. It's your last home game of this season. For the seniors, their last home game ever with the score 35-0, but this is where you show the true heart, what you have. And right now, for their opponent, they just want to get that touchdown and get this running clock. So you truly see what a young man and young men are made of by how they react to adverse situations like this.
Here we go, second and about 7, Shane. Looks like they're going to give it to their tailback, to the fullback.
The fake pitch, handoff at the middle, and almost a fantastic tackle there by number 24. He misses it.
Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson Pyatt, but it leads to another great tackle, and there's a turnover. Ball on the ground, the Bulldogs get it. So they show that heart we side. It would have been so easy to come out and lay down, say I'm freezing, it's cold, it's sideways sleet, but they force a turnover, and now they're looking to drive down and just get on the board here. Again, last game for these seniors ever here at the Bulldog Proving Ground.
Yep.
Make a play. Here we go, first down for the Bulldogs on that turnover. Let's see what they're gonna run. They're gonna throw the pass out. He can do a double pass. But Scranton with a great move, spin move, showing that heart. And I'll say it over and over again, the intestinal fortitude deep down, as he's not ready to quit. He's not too cold to make a play and play for the name on the back of his nameplate.
Yes, Shane, exactly. Cale had a great spin move there, and then he dove for another 2 or 3, doing anything he can to help out his teammate. Colby made a nice quick pass out. That was a good play. We got 2nd and 4. Let's see what we can do on this play. We got motion to the left.
Straight hand up the middle, and that's the big number 85, Delgado Marcus, and he has a nice run too. So sometimes you just, with the players you have left at this point, as we've had several injuries, you get the players you have, and they get together and you make something happen and you play your heart out, and that's what this group right now at this point is doing.
You play for the love of the game, and we see some boys out here in this drive doing that. There goes Teeter. Nice cut, nice run.
Fantastic. And Mr. Teeter, military family, I love that guy. Shoot, it was just a few weeks ago he bought us all hot dogs, so he's my man, Bobby Teeter. Hoorah, nice run.
Hey, and the Bulldogs, are we out? In. Hey, the Bulldogs went into second half with their tails between their legs, but they've got a turnover, and they're making a nice drive. So looks like the Bulldogs got warmed up and decided that they're going to come out and make a bid here, play with some pride, and we like to see that, don't we, Shane?
Yeah, I mean, and darn it, a false start, it looks like there. Stop this momentum a little bit. But shoot, just come back out and make another play. And as we talked about, I mean, if you can see, and I'm not sure, well, we've got HD going here on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, our sports on demand. But if you can see here, it is a sideways frozen sleet. Snow coming down here. Haven't even got to Halloween yet. And this is football weather.
And I'm going to tell Coach Chafee, who's up in North Dakota, missing this beautiful weather, that he owes all of us steak and crab legs.
Amen. As Scranton almost pulls in the miraculous touchdown. That would have been perfect timing if Scranton could have got the touchdown. As we request steak and crab legs from Mr. Chafee, who's probably somewhere warm right now.
All right. I think that was a decent call, actually, on a 1st and 15 there, Shane.
Heck yeah.
Because they were probably expecting maybe to try and pick up a 5, turn it into a manageable 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8.
It was just a little too far.
A little too far.
Yeah.
Cale ran hard for that ball. Colby threw it up. Made it. Only he could make a play.
So there's the pitch to the right side, and down here in the same area where the last good drive the Bulldogs had started to fall apart. And again here now we're going to have a big 3rd and long coming up, and we just can't seem to get over the 30 down here on Basalt's side of the field.
Yeah, and you can tell that the penalties hurt us. Well, we got a good drive, and then we got one motion penalty. It's put us in a long 3rd and 14 situation. Here comes Colby. Not much time.
Yeah, when he dropped back there, and we talked about that play action pass and has to turn against his body.
Yeah.
Man, you're lucky just to be able to get back there.
Well, it's hard for him to pick up that field because he's doing his play action, and then he's trying to turn around and then pick up the backside of that field. There's a lot of time there, and then he has to find his receivers as he comes back around.
So here, I just would love to see just that straight 3-step drop, fade to Scranton. Just give him a chance. Put it up to where only he's the one has the opportunity. He's either can catch it or miss it. An interception here doesn't kill you. It's 4th down.
There, it was right on the hands.
Dropped. Yep. Man, it was there. It looked like he had it on his hands, and it's a drop pass, and there we go. You know, it looked so good, started so well, but at the end, it's a 4th down non-conversion, and we're down 35-0 with 7:55 left in the 3rd quarter.
Basalt is 1st and 10 here on about the 35.
They run right up the gut there, so they had 2 wide receivers to the right, set up with the parallel running backs in the backfield, and they go right at us. And good job by our defensive line. Again, you could just roll over and quit here, and we're not. We're coming out playing hard, and you know Basalt wants nothing more than to get over that 40-point barrier and put this into running clock mode. And the Bulldogs are saying, you're not going to do that to us on our home field.
Exactly. So there we go. Stopped him up in the backfield. Number 4 didn't get going. That was a good play there. That was a good team defensive play. Got hit, and then he got wrapped up by 2 or 3 others, Shane. For the Bulldogs, it's about 3rd and 6. Looks like we went off sides there, didn't we, Shane?
Yeah, and you know, you don't have the opportunity that you do in the pros where you can get back onside. If you go into the neutral zone, they're going to flag it every time, and the referees can't say, hey, oh, I have a heart here, look at the score. Those are the ones you have to call. False starts and offsides, it's just always going to be called.
They went on 2 on that last play, Shane, and that was a good play, and they went up. Now they're on a 3rd and 1.
Now they go on no sound right off the first bat. And there's a big run. So just those little things we talked about earlier. They had a play where they went on 2, we were offsides. They come back and go on first sound, where you just come up and say, go.
Yeah.
And the other team is worried because they just went off sides like we were, and they catch you off guard. So a very well-coached team has come into Moffat County tonight, and just at this point in the game just outplayed us, but our guys are showing great heart.
Yes. So Basalt has got on that 3rd down, 3rd and 1, picked up 6 on a 1st and 10 on the 48. And they're familiar, they got a motion. Pitch to number 4. He's got a few in front of him. Looks like he might make some space.
Wow, and look at that, the old student body right,
yeah.
My friend?
Yeah. He had 2 or 3 in front of him, then he made a nice cutback at the right time. And he made a nice solid 12, and the Bulldogs finally caught him on the pursuit.
36,
all right. Okay, so Bulldogs looking to stiffen up defensively here, down 35-0, but so far they played a good 3rd quarter.
Yes.
There's the pitch, and he's got the lane. Oh, and number 71 drags him down. Nice tackle. Oh, they're going to flag it from the backside. Looked like he had all jersey. Didn't look like he was into horse collar region there, but the other official calls.
Well, but Shane, and I don't know the exact interpretation, but if you're grabbing even jersey around there and you yank him down, they will call a horse collar. I was actually.
Oh, they called it on. No, they did. You're right. They called it on the Bulldogs.
That's a horse collar. I was actually surprised the lineman the referee over here was really right in front of him. He did not call it. That was called by the white hat.
Okay, a big penalty call there. They call the horse collar. Big time safety issue there. They don't want to get people hurt. There's the snap.
Oh, fumble!
And the ball's on the ground. It is a slippery doodad, as they say tonight, and they're lucky to get back on it. And the Bulldogs oh so close to getting another turnover.
He was going to do his bootleg there, put it on his leg, and it hit the ground.
Out.
Officially have snow in the air. It is converted.
There you go, Captain Obvious.
4:48.
There's a pitch to the left side, and a lot of room to run. He zigs, he zags, he makes 4 people miss, and he gallops into the end zone and starts that running clock. And the Bulldogs held on as much as they could and played as hard as they could, but eventually that storm is going to overpower you. And right now you see, as you said, my friend, it is beginning to turn white, and the snow is coming down even harder, just like the dreams we had for the playoffs or winning this league this year.
Yeah, and Basalt is showing they are they're a stout team, and they're a playoff caliber team.
Yeah,
and we were playing tough on that series, and they just broke one. They finally broke one on us, unfortunately.
Backbreaker there, and here's the attempt at the extra point. And let's see how the kick goes. There's blocked.
There we go.
Good job. Something positive for a Bulldog player, and I believe
Hume.
Yeah, it's Hume with another block. Had a blocked punt return for a touchdown last week. Gets the blocked extra point here. So,
all right, it is 41-0. We do have running clock. So Basalt is kicking off. Let's see if we can get a good return here, Shane.
Yeah,
pick it up and go. Find a seam. Passetti's got the ball. There we go. Good return.
At this point, you just got to revert back to your childhood youth and play out here in the snow. Look at it as a fun time. Enjoy yourself and have fun out here. as the running clock, there's not going to be a ton of time left here, especially for our seniors, this last game ever here in the Bulldog Proving Grounds. And we have a bunch of younger players out here too again, and we'll start to try to get you some of those names. It's just getting harder to see too. The snow's starting to get in our way, but see what we can do here.
So we're in our double wing, and we'll see what Coach Gilly dials up. We got motion with Teeter. Colby back to pass, looking. No one in the...
Just threw that one up for grabs there. And just not sure what the design was there. He dropped back, he had a lot of time, and that's something he'll learn from there. If you're gonna throw it away, you gotta make sure you get it out of bounds there, because he just threw that really in an area where there only was the defense, and it's another turnover for the Bulldogs.
All right, here we go. Interception by Basalt, and they're back with their twins up to the left, and a handoff. Good job by the Bulldogs bottling that one up. Host of Bulldogs in there, bouncing him around like a pinball, and they finally bring him down. All right, we're at the start of the fourth quarter in true, beautiful, late October, near Halloween football weather. Snowing, fourth quarter. Basalt on about the 45 of the Bulldogs.
There's the handoff to the
bottled
right
up
side.
at 25 bounces. Nice nice play. Was that out there? Was that I can't see his number, but
great job nonetheless though.
Yeah, it came up on a nice open field tackle and shoestring tackle and brought him down, Shaden.
So got a holding against.
Okay, I'll take this one, my friend. And it's been awesome to have you up here too, Mr. Jim Neaton. And here's the pass.
Play
They're
action.
looking to throw it out, and you called it. There's where play action does work really well, because they've had such great success running it all night. You have to respect the run.
Yep, and didn't work though. Incomplete. Still, we have a third and about 15.
41-0, folks. 10-18 running clock. In just a really bad night in their left side. Nobody even close to being there. And he runs all the way down. 71 for the Bulldog. Hume makes another play.
That's Beckett. I believe that's Beckett.
I haven't said his name too many times tonight. He's generally very involved. That just shows how stout this line has been.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Staying positive and upbeat here in this cold weather. And you see the Bulldogs are they're sending the blitz. He shows that he's coming right there. That's Piot, however you want to say. Oh, the sneak right up the middle. And they now are just trying to get this clock down to 4 zeros or 3 as they're up 41-0. And man, oh man, you can see this weather is totally turning.
The wind.
In the midst of a snowstorm of epic proportions, strange things are afoot here at this Circle K, and there's a big run to the right side, and he's gonna go all the way, and that's the way this night has gone.
He went to the right, Coach, and he made a couple nice cuts back against our defense, and he scored from about 5 yards inside the left pylon.
The last time I was this miserable, I was at a Broncos playoff game against the Baltimore Ravens, had the game won, freezing to death, and all of a sudden Raheem Moore decides to not play safety very well, gives up the bomb to Joe Flacco, ties us up. All of a sudden we're going to overtime, which we end up losing. We don't won the Super Bowl that year, guys. They ended up winning it. That's how miserable I am right now. Didn't San Francisco win it that year? No, Baltimore did.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis won it again that year.
Yeah.
It came down to the final play. Kaepernick's last hurrah. He couldn't get the interference in the end zone. Remember, the lights went out in that Super Bowl.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. The Ravens were killing San Francisco. All of a sudden, the lights go out in New Orleans, and they had to take a 45-minute break to try to figure out why there's no electricity in the dome.
That's right. Shane?
Yes.
Here we go. It's 47-0 on that last.
I can't see anything.
Nice juke and run there and a fumble snap. Basalt is just running down.
I just continue. Let's reference it.
I can't see.
He gets another, and it's out of bounds. So it'll bring out good field position to the Bulldogs with the running clock. But I'll tell you,
it does. I guess you were talking about the bad weather, but the only worse weather could have been in Stalingrad in 43.
Yes.
if you were a German soldier in 20 below weather surrounded by the Russians.
My goodness, I love all your historical references because the amount of authenticity and the ability for you to remember those facts that are true. Because we live in the age of the no-lie age, where anything you say I could check on my phone. I can say, hey Siri, in 1943 in Stalingrad, and she'll say, yes, Jim Neaton is correct. And I'll say, I know.
All right. I'm getting
we've got 3:15 on a running clock, possibly the coldest my face has ever been.
Hand off. There we go. Can't tell who that is, but he made a nice
Biscotti up the middle. First time we ran this straight ahead run to our big, huge fullback.
Yeah. Good solid run by Dominic near the end of the game here. There we go, finishing the game. Bulldogs in the double tight with motion. Up to the hand off to the motion man. Another nice run. Good solid 7 to 8 yards. Good job. Left in the game. I can't really even tell what's happening down there, Shane, because
yeah, we're just here with you. We're gonna bring you all the video, and it's fun to be able to, you'll be in your warm living room if you are watching this, and I know you will be, here on Bulldog Sports On Demand on MOFFATCOUNTYPROUD.COM, but I've never had bigger snowflakes hitting me in the eyes like this. I can't see the crowd.
Where the ball is on the field right now, I can't turn my face right back into it because I'm getting smacked by about half-inch snowflakes.
Miserable these conditions are, and especially then you see 47 to 0, and man, it just couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, here we go. Bulldogs in their double tight again. Unbelievable. I've never quite experienced this kind of weather before in a game.
Yes, sir. So, hey, we appreciate you, and this should be fun to watch. Never seen something like this, my man. I love you. Thank you for coming out, Mr. Neaton. We appreciate our cameraman, Lance Scranton. Mr. Kip Hafey, you are dead.